This is the Anker SOLIX F3000 portable power station. It reminds me of a sleek cooler that's been upgraded for serious power duty. The body is mostly matte plastic, but it feels dense and tight, nothing rattly, and the handle doesn't wiggle when extended. The layout is clean, a big bright screen up front, grouped ports for AC, DC/car, and USB, each with its own power button, and rubber covers to keep dust out. It's designed to sit either upright or on its side, but it transports best horizontally, which keeps it stable when rolling.
From my experience, the F3000 is all about capability first and convenience second. I started out a bit skeptical because the number that jumps out is the weight, 91.5 pounds. That's transportable, not grab and go. I expected moving it to be a chore every time. What surprised me is how much the wheels and handle mitigate that. I still don't want to carry it upstairs solo, but rolling it across a driveway, campsite, or garage floor is painless. It's clear Anker built a heavy battery and then did everything possible to make that weight manageable. Key features that stood out to me begin with capacity and output. This unit packs about 3 kilowatt hours of energy, 3,072 watt hours. If you're new to this, watt hours are a measure of stored energy, not just power. Think of it like the size of the tank. With that much in the tank, I ran a full-size fridge overnight and still had plenty left for lights and Wi-Fi. The AC side delivers up to 2,400 watts continuous across the standard wall-style outlets, which is enough to run a major appliance and a few smaller items at the same time. There's also a TT30R port rated for 3,600 watts, the RV-style plug many camper folks know. In my opinion, that combination gives the F3000 range most portable stations can't touch. And if you need 240V for a well pump or a larger appliance, you can pair two F3000s together to output 240V, which is a nice way to scale into larger jobs without committing to a hardwired system. Charging is where this thing really flexes. On a regular 120-volt wall outlet, I topped it up from low to full in roughly 2 hours, which is wild for a battery this size. With a high-amp 120-volt source on the TT30 input, my time dropped to around an hour. Pass-through charging at up to 3,600 watts means if you're using a 120-volt fuel generator to recharge it, you can simultaneously run your appliances from the F3000 without babying the loads. Solar support is generous, up to 2,400 watts, with both high voltage and 60-volt inputs, so you can mix portable panels or roof arrays. In a pinch, combining a generator and solar can push recharging up to a total of 6,000 watts. For anyone who wants off-grid resilience, that speed matters, because downtime is what usually breaks plans. The F3000 also acts like a UPS, which stands for uninterruptible power supply. That means it can sit between your wall and your gear and keep everything on when the grid blips. The switchover is under 20 milliseconds, so my desktop and router never flickered when I tripped the breaker to test. If you work from home or you just don't want your smart devices restarting during an outage, that alone has huge value. Battery chemistry is lithium iron phosphate, or LiFePO4. If that's new to you, it's known for stability in long cycle life. In plain language, it's safer and lasts longer than older lithium types. Anker rates it for years of regular use, and they back the unit with a 5-year warranty. That longevity is one reason I see it as an investment rather than a disposable gadget. On top of that, the F3000 is expandable. With BP 3000 expansion batteries, you can grow from roughly 3 kilowatt hours to a massive 24 kilowatt hours. That's multi-day backup territory for essentials, especially when paired with solar. I tested it across 3 real scenarios. On a long camping weekend, I ran a coffee maker and an electric griddle in the mornings, plus lights and a big fan at night. Normally, I'd never bring a high-draw cooking appliance, but the F3000 changed how I packed. I charged phones and a speaker all day and still felt relaxed about capacity. On a remote work site, I swapped a gas generator for the F3000 to power a table saw, miter saw, sanders, and a 120-volt hammer drill. It never stalled, and the lack of fumes and noise made the whole day more pleasant. Back at home, I put it behind my fridge and home office with UPS mode on. When I cut the main power, everything stayed on seamlessly. There's also ultra-low idle consumption. AC idle standby can go for days, so you're not wasting stored energy when nothing is plugged in.
The app experience matters to me. An Anker's app over Bluetooth or Wi-Fi is straightforward. I could see input and output in real time, toggle port groups, and check estimated runtime without walking back to the unit. For basic terms, it's handy to watch the numbers. Watts show live power use, while the battery percentage and time remaining help plan your day. That live feedback is how I learned to avoid phantom loads by switching off unused port groups.
It's not flawless. The weight is real, and I don't pretend otherwise. If you're moving it up steps often, plan for 2 people or leave it on the same level. The AC outlets are close together, so big power bricks can crowd each other, and I occasionally reached for a short power strip to adapt bulky plugs. The rubber port covers do their job, but can be fiddly to seat perfectly after a busy day. And compared to how much energy it stores, I sometimes wish it had more total ports. For complex campsite or tailgate setups with lots of small devices, I had to organize cables thoughtfully to avoid a tangle.
It's perfect for RV owners who want the simplicity of a plug-and-go TT30 connection and quiet nights without a generator droning. It's perfect for homeowners who want a serious backup without stepping into a permanent install. It's perfect for mobile contractors who value clean power for sensitive tools and chargers. From my experience, the F3000 hits that sweet spot where you get almost whole home grade performance while keeping enough mobility to use it anywhere a set of wheels can go. In my opinion, what makes the F3000 stand out is the combination of speed, capacity, and a path to grow. Fast AC charging means I don't have to plan a whole day around topping it up. High solar input lets me build toward true off-grid use. UPS mode acts like insurance for my home office. And expandability means I can start with 1 unit today and add batteries if my needs change. I also appreciate the practical touches, the bright display, the grouped power buttons to cut phantom drain, and the ambient light bar that makes late-night connections easy. What's in the box is straightforward. The F3000, an AC charging cable, a high-voltage solar charging cable, documentation, and warranty info. Setup took minutes. I'd recommend this for anyone who wants a reliable, scalable power hub that can cover emergencies, improve everyday work, and open up new options for travel and projects.
In conclusion, the Anker SOLIX F3000 portable power station feels like a serious tool, not a toy. It's heavy, yes, but it earns that weight with real performance. It recharges unbelievably fast, runs big appliances with confidence, protects sensitive gear as a UPS, and grows into a larger system when you need it. If you value raw capability and you're okay rolling instead of carrying, this is a standout choice. If you made it this far and found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel and drop your questions or your own F3000 stories in the comments. Thank you for watching.